Okay, welcome back to Happy Chape. So, this is a story, one of many that I've seen happening, where, for example, I find myself in a happening of some sort, and someone comes along, and I tell them what happened. Then someone else comes along, and the person that I told starts to tell the story to the next person. But instead of asking me what had happened, they proceed to take the person away telling their version of the story of what I had told them. Out of sight, out of mind. So it shouldn't matter. It's what we're told. Yet, what we're finding is it's taking away from the truth. What that person should have did was to ask me what had happened. And if I was telling the truth, then the person that I told would see that in the version of my story being told the second time being the same as the first story. Now, when you find someone has listened to your story and takes someone else away to tell your story, it means that they're trying to add their bit to the story so they can look good to that person, so they can be the party that created that light within that person. It's not about the truth, it's about fakeness, so that person could feel good about themselves. And I've seen this, I've seen it a lot. But what you're getting is fake. And when the cycle comes round, excuse me, when the cycle comes round, it will bite you. That person may not say anything, but they will know. They will know that you're a lying fuck. And if you stood up and said, well, I told you this in front of me and said it the same way I said it, then that would be okay. Or if you said to ask me, as you were telling the person part of the story that I had told you, then that would be okay. To share that it wasn't coming from you, and if you were to tell your story, you could tell that, well, such and such, well, I told them, or such and such, whatever situation you were in, told you that this had happened. Now, for that person to believe all that was being said, well, is not to believe. It's to listen, observe. And if they're curious, they would ask me, well, I heard this. Is this true? Did this happen? You don't go with a thinking that you know from somebody who had second-hand information, who put their spin on it, as that's not the truth. And as I say, I see this a lot. We do it a lot as beings, but it takes us away from the truth and it creates lies. Lies that doesn't need to be created. And when that truth's there and you tell it in the right way and put it in the right order and direct people in the right way and people to have the sense to go to find out, not to just listen and believe, well, then we will get truth. And with that truth, we'll get the light within us and within all. But when we're manipulating things to suit us, we find the darkness of lies builds up more and more and more until you become all that corrupt. It's all that you do. And then you wonder why you do what you do. So if you're going to tell something, tell it in the right manner, in the right order, and what's true and what's not, and what part that you contribute to, add, or take away, letting know this is just your story, while it may not be the truth of the proper story or the whole story. Letting it be known that you only heard it, and the person that listens, for them to know that it is not the truth, to take that into their skulls, that it is not the truth, not to run with it and spread it more and more as if it was a truth. Because when we have a population that grows with something and everyone's saying it, it becomes a truth, while it's a lie. When you fact check things, then you can say if it's truthful or not, by going to the source. But like finding oneself, we look outside of us for it, while it's always within us. To stop and think of our actions. This Happy Chappa, love and peace.